Hi guys, welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2, where you'll be surprised to find I'm in Cambridge. There's been a game update on Steam and it said it's updated to a new version. We didn't have a job at the time, we dropped off in Russia, but if we did have a job it would have cancelled it. And it said it's parked us somewhere safe. And the place it parked us is back in Cambridge. So all I've done is rested and now I'm going to pick up a job. So we're going to have to take our next job from Cambridge. So let's just have a look at the job market and see what we can find. So Cambridge, we could go to Finland. Might be quite nice actually. Where does that go? There's about 3 ferries along the way. Going to cost us 2,300. Or we could go to Modena or Modena, however that's pronounced, in Italy. Or Limoges in France. All that looks quite fun. We're carrying a couple of trucks. Carrying a couple of Volvo trucks. Oh, let's do that. I've not carried trucks before. That looks quite interesting. Okay, we'll do that. Why not? So, we will reverse back out of here. This is the workshop in Cambridge where I popped across to rest. So that's fine. So let's head out of here. And hopefully all will be well. I'm not sure what's changed in this update, but we will see if we notice anything specific. What I have noticed is my animated gates didn't seem to be working anymore. So I've taken the mod out. But it was hardly important, it was just a bit of fun to have gates at the yards when you arrived, but not a big deal. Key thing is the maps all seem to be working still. I haven't noticed any problem with, you know, I would have thought we would have got a message if those mods were not working. So I can only assume that everything is okay. But until we know what's changed, if anything, much, then it's difficult to say really. There's still version 1.27. I think it's now 1.27.1.6 or something like that. Anyway, you can see the trucks in front of us there that we're going to pick up, so let's take that job to go into Limoges in France. And there they are. Look, a couple of Volvo trucks, I say. Considering we're driving a Volvo, we're a Volvo picking up 2 Volvos. Cool. Bit different. We really could tidy up these yards. Look at all the rubbish on the floor over there and there. Terrible. Never mind. Okay, so we need to get back here so that we can pick up this trailer. Okay, attach the trailer and off we go. But before we do go, have a quick look outside. So that is what we're carrying. A couple of Volvo Globetrotters. I say. Well, I've not carried a load like this before. This is something different. Okay. Right, let's get going. Actually, I might take a picture of that before we do get going. Let's just get ourselves to a decent point and see if I can just get... That looks pretty cool that way. Let's try that. Okay. Take a screenshot of that because I've never done this type of cargo before. Okay, make sure our lights are on because it's very cloudy and I think it's going to rain in a minute. Okay. Ooh, nice bus. Traffic light on green. Well, hey, amazing. Wheeler safely round the corner, and on we go. So, out of Cambridge again, guys. So you'll be familiar with the route by now, I'd imagine. I didn't notice whether we were going across by ferry or by the tunnel, but we'll see. Doesn't matter too much either way, to be honest. Tunnel's cheaper, but it doesn't count as rest time, whereas a ferry of course does. And this journey is 16 hours, so rest somewhere will be necessary. So if it's not a ferry, and it is in fact a tunnel, we will need to rest the other side somewhere. But that's not the end of the world either, really. So, okay, so 30 miles an hour. There's the speed camera. And don't forget, we have to watch for those police cars now. The interactive police cars will get you for speeding as well. Okay, so hopefully we'll get into this higher speed limit in a second. Like that, and now we can accelerate and go on to the M11 yet again. So I'm not quite sure why, when it says if necessary your truck was parked at a safe place, when we were actually at a safe place at the depot in Russia where we dropped off, but still decided to move me all the way back to my garage in Cambridge. So when we buy more garages across Europe, then hopefully that will not be such a problem. But never mind. As I say, it's not the end of the world, it just means we've got to start again from Cambridge. But I usually make the occasional trip back to the UK anyway, so is that my plan to explore a bit more of Russia has sort of had to be put on hold for a while. I didn't think you were going to let me out, mate. Stan Robinson didn't want to let me out. Okay, so I mean, you could technically have moved into the outside lane and I could have pulled out, but not to worry. So it'd be interesting to see if we can sort of detect what has changed in the game update. Ordinarily they're pretty minor updates when they update within the game version. If it went from like 1.27 to 1.28, then there's obviously been a fairly major update, but this one not likely to be anything that significant, I wouldn't have thought, but who knows. We'll see what we find. So services there. I think there's about one set of services on the M11. For a long time there were none. For a long time after the M11 were built, there were no services on the motorway at all. And then I believe there is one set now somewhere near Stansted Way, I think. Because the M11 goes down past Stansted Airport. So you can go down the M11 to get to Stansted Airport. That's probably the best way. If you're coming from north, I would suggest you definitely go down the M11. Come down the A1, the A14 on the M11, straight down, you go past Stansted. So it's quite a busy road because of that, and also the link down to London, of course, and down to ferries and such like. We're going off down here, and this is a Felixstowe turn, so I would suspect we're going to Harwich to get a ferry. If we're going to Dover, or the tunnel would be going straight on. So I think we're probably going to Harwich. Possibly, anyway. We'll see. We'll see. M25 now. I don't know, we could still be going round to Dover, actually. We're coming on to the M25, we could still be going to Dover, so we'll see. We'll see where we end up. Bit cloudy, but there's a fair amount of blue sky about, so we might be alright and not get rain, but we'll see. The traffic's not too bad. That's the A12, so that goes off Chelmsford way. So I think we are going Felixstowe, so I think we must be heading Dover and possibly the tunnel, possibly a ferry. I thought for a minute there we were heading for Harwich, but it doesn't seem that that's the case, so it's an interesting cargo you've got there. Helicopter, wasn't it? Very interesting. Do you see some unusual cargoes at times? I'd like to get a few more of them, but this one is pretty unusual for me. 2 Volvo trucks. I don't think I've carried that before. Of course, part of the problem now when you see things in the game and you say, oh, that looks a bit different, you're sort of questioning, is that from the update? Is that something Promods has done? Or what? So, not that easy to sort of put your finger on what this update has actually done. But I guess there's information on Steam that tells you. Usually is when there's an update, so you can always check there. We're going off down here by the look of it. Dover and Croydon, so we're going off towards Dover. I sort of think, I don't know exactly, I don't know whether this will be ferry or tunnel, we'll see. Could be either, because going to Limoges, you go across to Calais, and then go down through France from there, so either will do, really. So I never really complained too much about updates and the fact they might have moved me across the world and back to Cambridge, because the updates show that they're continually developing the game, which is a key thing, really. I don't think it's the heavy haul update that was coming. I don't know, it could be. See if we get any particularly heavy loads to pick up anywhere, but I mean, this one is 14 tons, which is not terrifically heavy. So, we'll see. But for the moment, I thought heavy haul would be like a bigger update, probably version 1.28 or something, when we don't have to wait for Promods to come back out and so on. So I guess, is this meant to be the QE2 bridge possibly? No, not on the M2. It says we're on the M2, so we're into Kent already, so not sure which bridge this would be, to be honest. I mean, the Dartford Bridge is on the M25. There is a toll on that bridge, but I don't think Eurotruck actually implements that toll. I don't think Eurotruck implements tolls anywhere in the UK, really. QE2 Bridge, Humber Bridge, any of those that do have a toll, I don't think you ever pay them in Eurotruck, so not that I'm complaining about not having to pay tolls. You can see the digital Promod signs are still there. That one said take a break, which we will be doing of some form or another once we reach either the ferry or the tunnel. Although, as I said, the tunnel doesn't count as rest time, but not to worry. We've got 13 hours to go in this journey. We've got 8 hours at the moment before we need to rest, so we're going to get a fair way, even if it is the tunnel. If it's a ferry, then we won't have to make a rest stop at all, because, well, I don't know, possibly we might actually. Resting on the ferry, we would have about 11 hours when we got the other side. At the moment, it's still 13, so either way, we might have to make a rest stop, but we can live with that. As long as we can find somewhere to rest, of course, which is sometimes a bit of a challenge, but there you go. So we're still on the A2. Right, Folkestone is left And that could be where we're headed, so that could well be the tunnel we're headed for. Let's see. Dover ferries are straight on, but we're going left here, so I suspect we are headed for the tunnel. The coach with those paint jobs added by the Jazzy Cat coach mod. Folkestone Channel Tunnel, right, and that's the way we're going. So I'm pretty convinced we're going to the tunnel. Cool, that's fine. Cheaper, cost us less. Gotta wait for the lights to change. There we go. We've done quite well with lights so far. Never like to say that. My luck with traffic lights is normally appalling, but up until now we've not done so bad. Oh, there we go. There's one changing. Look. Knew I'd spoken too soon. We're going round this exit off the roundabout now anyway. And heading down to the tunnel. Oh, sports cars are they? Oh, that's quite a nice cargo as well. There are so many different cargoes you can take. I mean, it's just so much variety. A lot is added in by that Jazzy Cat mod, which is so good because it just gives you so much more to go at. The map mods are great, the Jazzy Cat mods are great. I'd like to find something that perhaps adds in a bit more traffic, make it a little bit more realistic on traffic levels, but not too worried, to be honest. I mean, as I've said before, I think what you need to do with mods is you sort of need to decide what it is you want from the game, and then, you know, look for mods that give you what you want and perhaps not worry too much about others, because as I've said before, you can get conflicts between mods. The more mods you put in, the more memory it takes, the longer it takes to load. But the biggest downside is conflicts, and sometimes with things like Promods, if SCS do a fairly major update, then you've got to wait for a new version to come out. But Promods are very good. They normally update pretty quickly. I'm not so sure about Rusmap, Project Balkans and stuff like that. I mean, if there is a major update, then we may lose some of that for a while. But hopefully we'll be able to get it back in the end. So this is this trailer in front of us with 6 cars on it. I guess that would be high value and fragile. I'm not so sure about ours. Ours would be high value, I would have thought. Trucks are not cheap. I guess they're fragile and you wouldn't want to bang them around, so we could well be getting bonuses for high value and fragile cargo ourselves. Yeah, so there's a Dutch lorry there, clearly. Dutch trailer, anyway. So we'll now head down this way, onto the A20, and down to the tunnel. So AI is behaving itself so far. We're not having any major issues with the AI. Could never say that either, but it does seem to be better. Maybe that's another thing that's been... Sometimes some of these sort of not major game updates, when they make an update and they don't actually change the complete version, like 1.27 to 1.28, sometimes they are things like improving the AI a bit more and stuff like that, which is obviously harder to notice to an extent, but it could be something like that. You never know. It could be lighting effects. weather change, who knows? I mean, it could be any number of things. We'll have to see if we can see anything that we think, oh, that's different. But anyway, we are at the Channel Tunnel. Or as the French would say, the tunnel sous la Manche, under the channel. It's quite an amazing bit of engineering really, the Channel Tunnel. And to build a tunnel under the English Channel couldn't have been the easiest thing in the world to do. And from the point of view of getting across to France for trucks and such like, it's a major thing. I mean, it's made life a lot easier in those ways, I guess. Now this is us to the left. We're booked on this one to the left. There's a few trucks waiting for the next one to come in to our right, or a couple. Cars waiting to our left for another train. We're booked on this one, so here we go. And Folkestone to Calais. I'm going to pay 32,000 this job, so let's head out of here. Doesn't really matter whether you go off to the left or off to the right, to be honest. They're both one way anyway. There's another train. And some cars waiting to drive onto it by the look of it. We're going out, so we'll go up here. Barriers are up, so we're fine to go out this way. You have to remember we've got this very low speed limit, 19 miles an hour whilst in the tunnel area. I'll set the cruise control at 19. I mean, it's not like it's too far down here anyway. I mean, it doesn't take that long to get down here, even at 19 miles an hour. But it is a very low speed limit. But I suppose with all the traffic coming off the trains and everything, it's not unreasonable. Okay, so I need to remember we're driving on the right again now. So used in the UK to driving on the left, sometimes I have to consciously think, oh, we're in Europe again, aren't we? Okay, so let's head around here. And we're going across this road and off to the left. Get on the main road. Heading for Limoges, which is 11 hours away, and we've got 6. So we're going to need to rest. And we could do it any time we like, because we're down to about 11 hours time now. So after we rest, we'll have 11 hours. So we could rest any time we want, really. Any convenient point. We won't be crossing any borders because we're in France and our destination's in France, so it's sort of going to have to be a service station or something. I'm sure we'll see some. Possibly at a toll. We'll probably go through some toll roads, and sometimes at the tolls there are rest areas. So we'll see. Some roadworks going on there. The one thing I would like to see in a game update would be that things are more dynamic in terms of roadworks and the such like, so they appear, work gets done, they disappear. I'm not sure that happens at the moment in Euro Truck. I might be wrong, but and here we're coming to a toll and a rest area. I'm sort of thinking, do it now and get it out of the way. The rest area will be just the other side of the toll, so I don't think there should be any issue if we rest here. So let's just get through the toll first. Keep the ticket at the start of the toll road. We'll pay at the other end. And that would appear to be the rest area over there. So let's just pull across here. So this is the truck parking area, clearly. There we go. Turn off the engine and rest. And now we have 11 hours, 10 hours, 59 minutes available to us and 10 hours, 26 minutes to go. So we should now be able to complete our journey. So it's what, 400 miles from here. France is bigger than you think. We're a little way out of Calais and we're going 400 miles to get to Limoges. So Limoges, I assume, is south of France. So yeah, it's bigger than you think. Police car. We're not speeding, so we're fine. They will get you now. They'll just come up behind you if you're speeding. Lights and sirens go on, and you've got a speeding fine. Train there to our right. Is that Eurostar to Brussels or something, possibly? Okay, so we're going to head down here. This is the A16 by the look of it. 380 miles to go. You'd have thought should be fairly straightforward from here. Cost us a little bit in tolls along the way, but so there's nothing you can do about them. So it looks like a fairly straightforward journey. We're heading for Paris. Excuse me. Paris is sort of central France, so Limoges, I guess, would be a little bit south of there. Sorry about that, just taking a drink, and one of the downsides to Track IR is if I move my head to pick up a drink, then obviously everything on the screen moves, which technically you could hit F9, turn it off for a few seconds, turn it back on, but I always forget. Okay, so we are heading quite nicely down this road. I haven't seen any sign of toll booths yet for where we're going to have to pay at the end of this toll road, but I suspect we might be on several toll roads on the way down. Traffic's not too busy, you've got to say. What is it? It's 10 to 7 on a Sunday morning, so no, I wouldn't think traffic would be too bad anyway at that sort of time. Looks like we're coming up on another rest area. We don't need that now, and hopefully we'll be fine. We've got nearly 10 hours and it's about 9 hours to go, so we've got about an hour to play with, so as long as I don't take any wrong turns or anything, we should be fine. We are now coming up on a toll, so we're going to be paying at this one, I would think. Go through here, there's nothing in front of us at this one, so £34. Okay, so, excuse me coughing, I've got a bit of a cough and I can't shift it at the moment. It's not a very pleasant day in the UK today. In reality, outside it is raining. Only very light rain, one has to say, but it's very grey. And we're in May now, so hopefully before too long we'll be getting some decent summer weather, which is nice where I live, because I've said before I'm like 100 yards from the sea and the beach, so obviously nice when you get some decent weather. Ooh. I think that car's just gone straight into the back of that lorry. That could be a problem. Well, they get themselves sorted, I think. Didn't look like that car was going to stop in time, did it? So we are having to wait here for a bit of this traffic. Hopefully this guy in front of us will get out there when there's a gap, like now. Well, mate. Well done. And we can get going again, hopefully. So 8.5 hours to go. We've got 9 hours. So we've still got half an hour spare. Really, Stobart trade on the other side of the road there. I do think it's good having real companies and real traders in the game, rather than the ones you get with Eurotruck like Transinet and Trado, Stokes, Euracres. I think the ones that are added in by the JazzCat models give you real companies for your depots and also all these different trailers. I think that is pretty good, I've got to say. I was thinking of pulling out into that other lane, but I don't think there's a lot of point, to be honest. Moonway. But Moonway? Moonway? Don't know what that is. Oh, guys. I'd really like to get across this change of lights, please. Done it. Okay. The limit here is 43. I've got to turn right down the bottom here, which is why I thought there was no real point in moving into that left-hand lane and the lights change. Okay, so wait for these lights, there we go. So do lights in Europe really go from red straight to green? Do they have an amber on them? Because in the UK it goes red, then red amber together, and then green, and then going back it goes from green to amber to red. These lights seem to go, oh, there is amber on them, definitely. Just got round that one. Another fuel station. How are we for fuel? We're half a tank. We're okay. Don't think we panic too much about fuel at the moment. So we're obviously in the outskirts of a city here. Oh, it's Paris. Oh, we discovered Paris. Very much the outskirts. Paris is a big city, but there you go. I didn't see anything come up about it contributing towards the achievement, which I thought we would. Not to worry. This may be one of the mods I've got installed or something, means that the Steam achievements don't work. So it's possible. That does happen with some games I've seen where it says if you're using mods then Steam achievements will not work, so I think that's possibly true of Train Simulator, maybe? OMSI? I'm not sure, but I'm sure I've seen it on something where it said if you're using mods then Steam achievements will not work. So it may be that that's the case here, and that's why we're not getting anything about Paris adding towards an achievement. But I mean, it's not the end of the world at all. I mean, as I said before, I set my own goals at the beginning of the game, and my first one is to get up to the best possible Volvo truck. That's what I'm aiming for. I think the next one was about level 16. And I think we can get the 750 horsepower one. Which will be nice, because that will have a fair amount of power. Make it a lot easier going up hills, getting out quarries, anything like that. When we've got that much horsepower, it'll just breeze through it, I would have thought. And if we get this heavy haul and some really heavy cargoes, then 750 horsepower will come in handy there as well. Anyway, that's all for the future, so let's see how we're doing. We're under 300 miles to go now, so it's not going to take us too long. We haven't taken any wrong turns anywhere yet, which is good news. The route advisor's telling us to go round here and down onto this, I assume, major road. Well, we should have a fairly good speed limit. 110, that's kilometres an hour, and that'll be for cars, it won't apply to us, but we'll be to 56 miles an hour is the speed limit on our route advisor, and the truck's restricted to 55 anyway, so 55 will do us nicely, just within the speed limit, best we can do. And let's try and get there and deliver our cargo. We have just enough time to do it. So we're going to need to rest as soon as we've done it, that's a sure fact. Didn't expect it to be quite that tight, to be honest, but maybe it won't be. Just going through at 55 most of the way, that might just enable us to we've only got about 9-10 minutes to play with. We certainly can't afford to take any wrong turns. Now I assume this is Paris. I think those big buildings we're seeing to the left are Paris. Big blocks of flats or offices, not sure. But I imagine that this is Paris we're coming through now. Outskirts of it anyway. This will be something like a ring road around the city, so that through traffic doesn't have to go through the city of Paris, I would imagine. We're heading for Le Mans. That's where they have the 24-hour race, of course. Anybody who's into car racing will know about the Le Mans 24 hours. Can't remember when in the year that's held, but we're just going to follow this road basically most of the way down by the look of it. It's an interesting bus, no logos or anything on it, but interesting shaped bus. A little bit different, I think. Looks quite cool actually, quite nice. Good if it has some logos all over the side of it, but you can't have everything. So we're coming up on another toll booth, so I guess this is going to be the start of another toll road. So let's see, I'd imagine it will be start of toll road, keep the ticket. Yep, start of toll road, keep the ticket. On we go. So again, we're going to be paying at the other end of the toll road. You never know quite how long these toll roads are, but the longer the toll road, the more it's going to cost you when you do have to pay. Ah, Bordeaux and Limoges on the signpost there. I don't think we'll be discovering a vast amount of new road on this journey, because I think this is pretty much area we've already been, but we can hopefully from here head to some areas where we haven't been and pick up some new roads explored percentage. That's all to come. First thing is get this cargo there, our 2 Volvo trucks. Well, as soon as we're delivering to a Volvo dealer. Gee, I don't know where we're delivering to. Volvo dealer, yeah. Limoges Volvo dealer we're delivering to. How long have we got to go? We've got 6 hours to do it. It's 5 out, just over 5.5, so about 20 minutes to play with. Got the cruise control on, so doing all we can. Get there as soon as we can. In terms of the job, we've still got 10 hours to deliver it, so we couldn't rest again. We wouldn't have time to rest again, so this one's a little bit tight. That's where being on a ferry across helps as well, because that's all time taken out of the delivery and you get the rest. So the tunnel's quicker, cheaper. It doesn't help with the rest time. So anyway, Toulouse and Bordeaux. Le Mans is off to the right there. Police car. It's quite nice in a way when you see the police go by and know that you weren't speeding and they're not sticking the lights on and all that. Go by, yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's quite nice to see them go by when you know you're not going to get a ticket from them. It looks like we're going off to the right here. Towards Toulouse by the look of it. So this could be New Road, because we haven't been Toulouse way, I don't think. So this bit might be helping explore some new bits of road. Difficult to say, it's got another of those tight sweeping bends that you tend to get on these French roads a lot. Some of them are really narrow. You wouldn't want to be trying to go down some of them with a wide load, that's for sure fact, but that one wasn't too bad. Okay, so we're back onto a fairly major road again, and only 175 miles to go now. I think we're doing okay. We haven't had anything too much to worry about so far. Successfully avoided any fines up until now, which is always good, obviously. Tried to drive to the rules of the road as much as possible, but sometimes, especially if you start on a slightly downhill stretch, it's easy to tick over a speed limit, and then these interactive police cars are there in a flash, literally a flash of their lights. It's quite pleasant. Nice river. Of course, the river that runs through Paris is the Seine, isn't it? S-E-I-N-E. I don't know what river that was. But the Seine, I believe, runs through Paris. Probably about the only French river I've heard of, actually. So Lyon is on the signposts. Limoges at the moment isn't, but we did see a sign to Limoges earlier, so the distance to our target delivery is going down all the time, so we must be on the right road. Now coming up on services again. Well, fuel's still a half a tank, so we're okay. Oh, another police car. So there's quite a few of them. I have seen comments online where people have been saying there's too many. Maybe that's something that's been changed in this update. Maybe there are actually less police cars there, I don't know. I mean, that would be something pretty hard to recognise, to be honest. Ah, Limoges. Limoges is off to the right. Excellent. 100 miles, a little bit more to go. And we're going off here. And another toll, where I think we'll be paying at this one. If I remember rightly, at the last one we collected the ticket. Now, it seems like it was a while ago, so this could be a fairly expensive toll. We'll see. So we'll go in here, nothing in front of us, so we can get through pretty quick. Always a good thing. £65. Not too bad, could have been worse. I said before, you got to pay them anyway. And I assume it's all factored into the reward you get for the job, so... So we're on, what, 88,000 in the bank at the moment, and we're going to get 32, so we're getting close to 120 grand. And of course we have no loan. I paid off the loan, so... we are solvent and, I think, doing quite well. Rouge Saint Laurent. And that signpost. Bordeaux and Limoges, that's what we want. I'm going to see if I can get past this guy. He seems to have speeded up a little bit. I won't get past him, I'll get back into that right hand lane and get out of everybody else's way, but he seemed to speed up a bit just as I got to the point of pulling out to go past him really, but I'm sure we'll do it. There's nothing much behind us, so it's not like we're holding up loads of people or anything. He seems to be managing to just drive fast enough to stop us being able to get past him. Slightly annoying, but there you go. No, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. We won't sit out here much longer, so I'm going to pull in behind him. Otherwise I'll be blocking that lane for ages. So, yeah, not to worry, on the A20, heading for Limoges. Time, we're okay, we've got over an hour to play with now. See, it was good that I got out of that left lane. There were some cars going by now. They wouldn't have been too impressed if they were sitting behind me for ages while I was trying to pass that other lorry, so... frustrating as a car driver when you're sitting behind lorries like that. So, only 70 miles to go. So we're very soon going to be there. Another police car. There are quite a few, I have to say. Perhaps rather more than there should be. Well, we can pass this guy this time. And hopefully these as well. A digger of some sort. Hello trucker, hello there. Okay, so we're past them now, so we don't have to worry about following them anymore. We're only 50 miles out, so distance is going down very nicely, and it's an hour game time to go. We've got 2 3/4 hours available to us, so we've got a good hour and a half. So, I wonder what that is. A large tower with a spike sticking out the top of it. Some sort of radio mast or something. Okay, so we are almost there. 35 miles-ish. just over to go. I don't know what you think, guys, but I think this has been a pretty reasonable journey. Not bad at all. No disasters, which is always a good thing. Another police car. We've had quite a few of them, aren't there? Looks like it's straight on here. Only 20 miles now. Wonder if we can just get past this guy in time. I think so. Yeah, not too bad. And we're going off to the right down here. Into Limoges, no doubt. So we need to find a Volvo truck dealer. Which by definition should be a discovered. Well, it seems they'll be pretty much in the centre of the city. They usually are. I don't normally see the truck dealers on the outskirts of the city. They generally seem to be more sort of in the city. So I'd expect we've got to go pretty much into the centre of the nose. I don't know though, it doesn't look like it's very far away from here. Let's see. We don't exactly seem to be in the city at the moment, do we? Don't know how big Limoges is. I don't know if it's a very big French city or Carrefour. Noted there. Right, Limoges discovered. The Carrefour, interestingly, on those signs, is spelt in the Euro truck way, shall I put it. But the Carrefour on the map is the amended spelling, the correct spelling from the Jersey Cat mod. So alright, that's it. So apparently the Volvo truck dealer is here. Now I can see the Volvo sign. So there's the Volvo truck dealer. Quite sure where they want it at the moment, but we'll see once we get in here, hopefully. Ah, over there. Now, which way round is it? Oh, looks like we're clipped on the fence a bit there. Well, you should be able to get in there. That's better. So it looks like it's reverse into it, I think, by the look of things. Let's just pull forward over here. With a little luck, we can swing the trailer around. I don't think we'll do it first time. I think we'll have to pull forward. But if we can get reasonably well straightened up on it, shouldn't be too bad, theoretically. If we can get straightened up on it, that's the good. Let's move forward again. That might be better. Looks better. You can turn that skip the parking dialogue off, I think, in the options. Which I might do actually, because it's a little bit annoying. I'm trying to get lined up with this parking space, but it's not happening. No, it's all wrong. There we go. As usual, my parking is pretty dismal, guys. I admit it. What do they say? If at first you don't succeed, try again. So let's just... There's a fence there, that's my problem, I think. That should really, so we won't trail around. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the overhead view and see if I can sort out what's not working here. Let's pull forward to there, reverse back, and you've got to get over there. Maybe I just haven't been close enough to that orange bin type affair in front of us. Looking better now, ish. Come on, here we go. You guys just have to accept that I'm just rubbish at parking these trailers and use the overhead view. Journey was good though, so you kind of had me. And that should do. Yeah, Suro. That'll do. Lovely. Excellent. Good work. I thought I deserved a bit more than that. Says I got 1.2% damage. Not sure how. Okay. Right. So we leveled up again by the look of it. So another one on fragile. And apply that. And what I want to do now is just have a look, because there are some beacons available, you see. So is there a shop here in Limoges? Have you set the GPS to the nearest shop? Have you? What is it you have? Oh, maybe the shop is here. That's the problem. Ah, of course it is. I saw the... Yes. Right, well, that's fine. So we need to rest. Didn't mean to do that. We need to rest, so... Is that? Okay. We're going to go over here and rest. And join me next time when we are going to buy some beacons and then start putting points onto ADR. So if you enjoyed that video, guys, hit the like button and subscribe for more ETS2 updates, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, take care, happy trucking, bye bye.